Hello there, sunny skies. Welcome back. Good to see you. So, how are you doing, sunnies? Hope you're doing well. We're just gonna have a little chatting stream here today. I've been busy. I've been busy lately. Let me first put on something a little bit more chill. Because, yeah, it's almost been a month since I've streamed. You're doing good. That's good to hear. I went to a Lord of the Rings marathon. I don't know about you, Sunny. Are you a Lord of the Rings fan, or like have you never read anything about it or never seen a movie? Because yeah, I've realized, or I've been thinking like those people exist now. People who haven't heard about Lord of the Rings. Oh, hey, they're exclusive. Yeah, man, how you doing? You have watched and read it all. How about you, exclusive? You been interested in Lord of the Rings? Yeah, I've also read all the books. I read all the books, saw all the movies, and then, yeah, like a few days ago, for the first time, I've actually watched the extended edition. Because I hadn't watched, uh, yeah, I hadn't watched the extended edition until now. Even though I've watched those movies several times, I have the original, let's say. So, yeah, there was a time in my life where I would just watch them every year, or like the books as well. I would read those every year or try to at least, because man, those are not easily digestible books, let's say. You have seen all the movies but never read the books. Ah, yeah. Yeah, I've recently did a Lord of the Rings extended marathon with my brother. Yeah, he arranged it as like an early birthday gift. Oh, hey there, JBO. Nice to see you too, man. Are you a Lord of the Rings fan too? So yeah, I've recently went to the extended marathon. So it was from like 9 o'clock in the morning until 12 o'clock or like half past one in the night. Yeah, I've did it once before, but that was with the original movie, so not the extended ones. And yeah, it's been years ago. Like I think I might have still been in like primary school, like my last year in primary school or something. So, you like the movies, but you're not big into the lore. Well, fair enough, because those books aren't easy to get into. Like, there's a lot of fancy elven names, and like, I mean, Tolkien, he goes into the details, man. Like, I always say, like, if you read a Lord of the Rings book, then be prepared to read a lot of and then the fellowship went for so many miles to the east, and they went past these specific trees and these specific shrubberies, and they followed a little river that was going along for 2 miles along, like it's a lot of description of the road that they're going. But yeah, if you can get past all that, then it's a good book. 2 days ago, I went to a Witcher 3 concert. Because, yeah, I have played Witcher 3 once, and that was a 260-hour playthrough. Also, let me lower the RuneScape music a little bit more because this song is called Attack 5. And yeah, you can certainly hear it. But yeah, the Witcher 3 concert was good. Like I said, I played it once and it was a 260-hour playthrough with all the DLC included. But yeah, I went with a mate of mine, and he's like even more a Witcher 3 fan, and it's because of me, because I recommended the game to him, and he didn't know anything about The Witcher before that. But since then, he's been a big fan, and like he went to another concert that was like specific to the band from The Witcher 3, which is called Percival. Because apparently this concert was in conjunction with CD Projekt Red. And apparently they were the ones who decided what music would be played because it was pretty funny. Like once the concert was nearing its end, people in the crowd were screaming, Gwent, 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 because Gwent has the best music, you know? Yeah, it was an orchestra. Like it was the band, and they were accompanied by an orchestra from Belgium. But yeah, people were shouting Gwent, Gwent, Gwent because that has like the best, most upbeat and funny music. But they didn't play it, and that was a big shame. But yeah, I think my mate, he is in contact with some of those people from the band on Facebook or something, and he asked them about it, and they were like, yeah, CD Projekt Red chooses the music, so we couldn't play it then, but we always include it on our concerts. And you know, just to illustrate how good that music is, let me just play one. Most replayed. Let's see why this is the most replayed part of the song, huh? So yeah, we went to the orchestra, and you know, it was a lot of, let's say, you know, heavy music, like without spoiling The Witcher 3 too much. Like they went, you know, beat per beat through the story. Actually, you know, like you have the music from the first zone where you come into, and then you know you have the first story moment, and then a dramatic moment over here, a dramatic moment over there, and every moment has its own music. So they were basically going like chapter per chapter. But yeah, this is the Gwent music, which is the mini game that you can play in the game. It's a card game, if you don't know. And yeah, like a lot of people consider that like, you know, it's a meme for people to say like, oh, it's the best part of the game. Because a lot of people like that mini game a lot. And if you hear that music, then you can kind of understand why, you know? Could be the dual streaming. Like I might have to try and oh wait. This is the whistle song. Oh man, this song is so good. I was hoping that they would sing that or that they would play that song, but too bad they didn't. Oh man, so good. Best music in the world, man. Let's see here. My brother told me the Witcher books are a ripoff of another book about a white bounty hunter guy. Maybe. Like, you know, there's a lot of books out there. You know, Witcher is very Polish specific. They copied Elric. I don't know who Elric is. But yeah, man, like in the end, everything is a copy of everything, you know? But yeah, like the Lord of the Rings marathon, you know, like those movies, they are long, man. Like, I think the original third movie of the Lord of the Rings is 3 hours and 21 minutes. But with the extended, like there's like 50 minutes or 40 minutes of extended material in that one movie. So it's a 4-hour movie. And that made me think about director's cuts in movies, you know, like why does a director's cut exist? Because, like I imagine these directors to be like these very, Quentin Tarantino type of guys, like they have a specific vision and they want to, they want to have their specific vision and they want to make it just like they imagined. So let's say you are a director and you're like, okay, uh, we have made all this material. We have we have got like 4 hours or like 4.5 hours of movie here. But now we gotta cut that down because, people won't look at a 4 hour movie. That's insane. Like, is is that going through their head? Because, you've already made all the scenes, you've already filmed it, and then you're gonna cut it out. Like with Lord of the Rings movies specifically. There was some good information there. Like in the first part or the first movie, there was more Boromir slash Aragorn bromance. Like there was more talking back and forth between them, and there was like this little flashback, or maybe that was in the second movie, a flashback with Boromir and Faramir. I think it was probably in the second movie because you hadn't seen Faramir up until that point. But like, yeah, there were like these special scenes that, kind of developed the story more. And then there were also a lot of scenes with Gimli being the comic relief. Like, I remember there was a scene where he was having a drinking game with Legolas. And Legolas was like, he drank like 15 pints already, and it was like, oh, I'm starting to feeling it in my fingers, while Gimli was like, fucking wasted. And, it was pretty funny. And like, in those cases, you've already shot the scenes, and they're funny, or they're good scenes with extra information. Like, why do you cut those out? Because do you think like, oh no, people they're gonna leave the movie? If it's longer than 3 hours, then people are gonna walk out because they're like, this is too long. Like, are there people like that? And if so, should directors care about their opinion? It's like, you go to a movie because you want to enjoy a movie. So, like, I understand if you make a scene and afterwards you think, like, yeah, I'm not really happy with it. Or, like, I don't want it. Like, that I can understand. But, like, with Lord of the Rings, there was in the second or third movie a scene with CGI elephants, like an actual fighting scene, like that must have cost a lot of money. And it was an action scene, like usually in those movies you would be like, like I can understand some people getting bored because there's too much talking and not enough action. So like, why did they take out one of the best action scenes in that movie? Maybe to get more showings in. Yeah. Like, as I said, I can't understand it, man. It's like, you've made the movie, you got you got everything, and then you're gonna cut stuff out. Like, why? Why? But yeah, like that was just a thought that went through my head when I was watching those movies. And yeah, it was a long time ago since I went to the movies, because like I can't even remember what the last movie was that I watched in the theaters. It was like, it might have even been The Hobbit 1 or 2, which is like, I don't know how many years ago, but a couple of years ago. But yeah, it was very enjoyable because, oh yeah, let me show you. So first of all, we got this neat little hat, which I probably won't wear. But yeah, then another thing that we got was actual jewelry. Actual jewelry. This is a replica of Aragorn's crown in the third movie. Yeah, pretty sweet. It's like ring sized. And then also, we got the One Ring itself, which I already have a One Ring actually, because one of my nephews gave it to me as a Christmas present one time. But here is the One Ring to rule them all. And well, you probably can't see it on the camera, or well, maybe you can see it a little bit, but the inscriptions are there. Yes, I won't throw it into the fire though. Gotta keep it secret, keep it safe. But yeah, like that's two cool things to have. And then between the movies, they also gave you like snacks and drinks. Like I had a donut and like two little wraps with like chicken Caesar in it, and a little box of popcorn. And then we also got like a bottle of water and a little can of Coke. And that was all for the price of 45 euros. So it was like very affordable. So yeah, like I want to do that again. Like maybe not every year because man, it's a whole day. Like we arrived at 9 a.m. and we left at 1:30 or 12:30. So yeah, and like the first two movies I was okay, but by the third movie I was starting to yawn, man. Like I'm having a nice beer here because I deserve it. And yeah, the reason that I'm not gonna game today is because I still need to go and review more of the chapter or module that I'm learning about. Basically, tomorrow I have a lesson about module 11, but the teacher was like, "Hey guys, uh, look at that module at home because it's a very tough module, so be sure to have a look at it at home." And I saw that he already put a test tomorrow as well about the module that we still have to learn. So I'm basically learning it on my own right now. And then tomorrow we're gonna learn it for real. But like I don't know if he's gonna do the test before we do the lecture or after, because like he would be the type of guy to do it beforehand, just like, oh, it's just 5 points, so just to see if you learned your lesson. But yeah, it's been going good. So, but yeah, like I wanted to do a little stream, because it's so unlike me to have almost a month without streaming. And as I said, like I thought I would have more time, like I knew I was gonna be busy, but I thought, one stream a week, which should still be possible, right? But wrong, wrong, Jezzman. And then soon I will be able to maybe play some fucking Elden Ring again, Because I still want to finish that for you, JBO, but things have been getting in the way. Like, yeah, I was doing the amnesia thing because it was Halloween, and because they gave it for free on the Epic Game Store. So I was like, okay, we'll do a little horror game. But then Half-Life 2, I also want to complete that because, I don't know if I'm close to the end of, the original game, but I feel like I'm getting close. That I'm at, or at least that I'm past the halfway mark, but I don't know. I don't know how long the game is, so I would like to complete that one as well. Because I have a tendency to just start games and not finish them. But there are a few important ones, like a few. I feel like the Half-Life streams also have been pretty fun, pretty funny. And that's why I would like to finish them, because I would like to start working on them to make like little clips of them, because like I've been thinking about making ranting videos, like the rant I just went about director's cuts. Like I've wanted to rant about that for a few days now. Like actually ever since I saw the Lord of the Rings movie, I wanted to rant about that. And now I finally did, so now I can just cut it out of this stream and maybe post it as a video at some point.